Welcome to the Slonson Experience. I'm John Hall, and I'm here with my co-host, Noah Sloan.
Yo.
So basically all we're talking about here is the NFC and AFC championships that are going on. And for the NFC side, we got the Lions against the 49ers. For the AFC side, we got the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Which game do you think we should start with?
Let's start with the 49ers and Lions. I feel like that's a good place to start.
So the Lions and the 49ers played, I believe it was 2 times in the playoffs. One was in the 50s that the Lions won, and the other one was in the 90s that the Niners won.
Yeah. Final scores for that game, the 1957 game was 31-27. The Detroit Lions winning. It's probably the last time they were actually consistently good, unfortunately. And then the most recent playoff game they played against each other was in 1983, and the final score was 24-23 with the Niners coming out on top. So what do you think? How good do you think that Lions roster compares to the 49ers roster?
They got some young stars in Sam Laporta,
Okay.
the rookie tight end,
Okay.
and especially Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Ooh, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's pretty good. His brother plays for the Bears, huh?
Equanimous.
Equanimous.
You know what their dad's name is?
What?
John.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, John Ross St. Brown, is that? Or is it
No,
just
it's just
St.
John Brown.
It's just John Brown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just John Brown.
John Brown.
Know where that came up, but
Yeah.
it's their kids' names.
Yeah. No, I think that 49er roster is just too overpowered. I know they kind of played sloppy against the Packers, but the Packers already had a game in them. The 49ers, obviously got a break being the 1 seed. But they somehow still came out on top against the Packers with clutch touchdowns from Christian McCaffrey, 2 from him, George Kittle. Obviously that game-sealing pick from it was Greenlaw, I believe.
Yep, Trey Greenlaw.
Yep. Got the pick from Jordan Love. Jordan Love really could have just thrown it out of bounds, but guess he wanted to follow in his footsteps like Brett Favre, who did the same thing against the Saints.
I was watching the 49ers-Lions preview game. Aaron Jones rushed for about over 100 yards.
They did,
against that 49er rush defense.
But Aaron Jones, he's just a beast, man. He's proven it time and time again. He can really just run on any team. It doesn't matter how good that defense is.
Yeah, but David Montgomery's been doing good all season.
He has. Him and Jahmyr Gibbs, the rookie running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. They didn't really use him that much at the beginning of the season, but I'm glad they started to actually use him,
Yeah, and then Jared Goff finally getting high praise in Detroit. What was it, last year, his first season in Detroit?
It was.
He led him to a 9-8.
Second year.
Year?
Yeah.
First year led him to a 9-8 record. And now 12-5.
Yep.
Winning the NFC North.
Well, yep. First time since like 1990 or maybe something.
It was either 92 or 93.
Yep. First time since then when Barry Sanders was on that team. That was a stretch right there. And hey, they won 2 playoff games in a row. That's, they made it to the NFC Championship.
I seen the Lions tickets were over $500.
Over $500?
Yeah.
Well,
and that last game against the Bucks was over 1,000.
Well, talk about overpriced for apparently a very supporting, organization.
I mean, hey, these Lions fans haven't seen their team win a playoff game in 30 years.
Yep. The Cowboys haven't seen an NFC championship in 27, 28 years, something like that, unfortunately. The Commanders and the Cowboys are the two longest streaks of not reached an NFC championship game. Give it to the NFC East, I guess. Be all right, though. But no, also, I don't know, man. That defense that the 49ers had, Fred Warner, Greenlaw, Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Javon Hargrave. Obviously, they lost.
They lost Ufanga.
Ufanga, yeah.
Middle of the season.
Oh,
they have a pretty good cornerback in Charvarius Ward.
Yeah, Charvarius Ward's a goat, man. That guy's really a demon.
My voice keeps cracking.
Charvarius Ward really is a goat out there, though. He's probably one of the best corners in the league. He's really locking things down. That's always good for him. Then you got the offense. Deebo Samuel is most likely not going to play, though. And what I've seen from the 49ers this year is that it's very hard for them to win when they do not have everybody in that offensive scheme that Kyle Shenanigans, a.k.a. Kyle Shanahan, has cooked up. So we'll see.
They're not very good.
But maybe they can scheme around it and win the game. Try to get to the Super Bowl. They had a good game last week. They really had to fight, though. Fought through some controversy. Deebo getting injured in that beginning part of the game was very difficult. They were losing pretty much the entire game, and they finally came through and beat those dastardly Packers.
This also happened last year. Didn't Deebo Samuel get hurt last year too? Or is that someone else? I know Trent Williams was injured first quarter.
Year.
Yeah,
the playoffs?
when the 49ers played the Eagles.
Oh, Brock Purdy got hurt.
No, Brock
and
Purdy.
They didn't have a quarterback. Yeah.
Purdy and Trent Williams got hurt.
Yep. They had some old guy out there throwing the rock. Who do we think's winning that game?
I'm not gonna lie, probably the 49ers.
Yeah, I don't see the
They're
Lions.
my second favorite team. I love watching Brock Purdy cook up.
Yep.
I had Christian McCaffrey on my fantasy team this year, and he was great, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Christian CMC, best running back in the league, should have won MVP, or should win MVP. Still has a chance to, but...
It's most likely going to be Lamar.
Yeah, more on him later. My pick for that game, I think the 49ers will do it. They're a game into the playoffs. They're now warmed up. As long as they get into that rhythm where they don't turn the ball over and they just keep scoring, it's going to be pretty much impossible to stop them, even like a team like the 3-seeded Lions.
Yeah, but the Lions are big underdogs this game.
Big underdogs. It's not.
I want the 49ers to win, but I would also be happy if the Lions won.
I don't want to see either team win personally, but because
you're a freaking Cowboys fan.
I really, after the Cowboys got eliminated, I really just wanted to see the Texans go all the way.
My score prediction will go 30-23.
30-23? I don't think it's going to be that close. I'm not even going to lie. I feel like that game's not going to be close. I feel like the final score of that game is going to be somewhere 31-17, I think. The 49ers winning that. I think their defense is just going to lock up Detroit. I don't think Detroit's going to even really have a chance. Maybe in the first half, but in the second half, the 49ers are going to pull away, I think.
Yeah, I think Jared Goff, St. Brown, and all their weapons are going to have a big first half, be up by 6 at half.
Yep.
And then 49ers are going to run away with it.
Mm-hmm. Let's get on to our the second game, the AFC Championship between the number 1 seeded Ravens and the number 3 seeded Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously,
I hate Patrick Mahomes.
He's a very interesting guy.
This guy is winning, and I don't like it.
Man,
we've seen the Chiefs in the Super Bowl for last 5 out of the 6 years.
It's been quite a few years in a row. Well, not in a row, but he's been in there for a while now. MVP Lamar, supposed MVP Lamar. I don't know. That roster is really good, but I don't know if Lamar's going to be able to do it in that big of a setting. I mean, obviously, Patrick Mahomes has been in the AFC Championship every year of his career, literally every year of his career. Obviously, only losing to Tom Brady and Joe Burrow in the AFC Championship.
That was fun watching.
And Patrick Mahomes proved that he could beat playoff teams away. He beat the Bills, Obviously,
that was their first playoff game
on the road.
On the road in the Patrick Mahomes era.
Yeah, and obviously Tyler Bass did miss the kick, did miss the field goal to tie the game, just like in 1990 when Scott Norwood did it against the Giants in the Super Bowl.
You got to feel bad for these kickers, bro.
I don't know, man.
Because, a game on the line and you miss, all the heat's on you.
It really should be on Stephon Diggs, too. He dropped that wide-open pass. That was deep. I mean, it wasn't wide open, but it did go through his hands, and the defender didn't touch it. So, I mean, you kind of got to catch those. Seems like Stephon Diggs, he kind of disappears in the playoffs. He keeps getting
He
beat.
did not have a good season this year.
No, he did not. He forgot how to play in the second half
After
of the
having
season.
multiple 1,000-yard receiving
Yep.
seasons with this Bills team,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of dipped
He just
after like the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm. He just forgot how to play, man. I mean, it happens, but
It happens, but
Mhm.
I mean, when you're an elite receiver,
you just got to do it.
yeah,
But no, I think Patrick Mahomes, I hate to say it, but I think he will make it to the Super Bowl again just because he's been to that AFC championship setting. Lamar's never been there. Lamar also hasn't been very good in the playoffs. He beat an inexperienced Texans team in the divisional round this year, which they were right there in the first half. It was 10-10 going into halftime, and then they kind of just C.J. Stroud, just the offense wasn't working. It was just an unfortunate event. I mean,
did the Ravens play the Chiefs this year?
No, they did not.
Or was that last year?
Might have been last year.
I think the Ravens beat them like
Something like that. But
36-35.
Patrick Mahomes has always played good against the Ravens. Every time he's played him, he's thrown for like 300 yards and 3+ touchdowns every time.
Yeah, this Ravens defense though,
Oh, it's tough, man.
number one in the league.
Yeah, that defense is going to be hard to beat. But the Chiefs also got a good defense, too. Much better than the Texans' defense. Experienced. That offense, though, from the Chiefs is something I'm worried about, though. They've had 2 good games, but it seems like every time Kadarius Toney, if he's out there playing and they lose, he's either dropping balls or offsides for the final play of the game.
No team really has an answer for Travis Kelce either.
No, I don't know why. That's the only person that gets thrown the ball, and no one covers him. I don't know what they're doing. No one else can catch the ball besides Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. You got to guard both of those guys.
Travis Kelce is just a magician.
He is a magician. This might be his last season, too. He said he might retire with his brother because he has other things to do or he wants to do other things in his life. So it'll be very sad if he does do that.
We'll see how the end of the season goes.
Maybe if they win the Super Bowl, he retires as a champion, I mean, that would be sweet.
I mean, even though how much I hate the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, one of the guys I love is Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I do.
I like Travis Kelce.
Do like Kelce, yep. Both Kelce. Well,
And I hate to see him leave.
don't really like Jason Kelce because he plays for the Eagles, but, I can give him the benefit of the doubt. What's your score predictions?
Score prediction.
And your winner of the game?
I'm going to go tie game.
Tie game?
Tight.
Oh,
game.
tight game? Okay.
I'm going to go tight game. I'm going to go 28-27.
28-27?
Ravens.
Really? I don't know. I'm thinking Patrick Mahomes can sneak another one out. I'm thinking probably Chiefs 20-17. Chiefs win that game 20-17. I just don't think Lamar will have a good game against that defense. He really hasn't played, a good defense in the playoffs yet because obviously that defense that the Texans have, very inexperienced and very young, led by a rookie head coach. But yeah, I got the Chiefs winning 20-17. I feel like that's reasonable. It'll be if that does happen, it'll be a rematch of Super Bowl, like 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
No, it was like
5 years ago?
maybe a decade.
Huh?
A decade ago.
What do you mean? No, the Chiefs and the Niners.
Oh, you're talking about the Chiefs and the Niners.
Yeah, like 40. That was like 5.
I was talking
yeah.
about the Ravens and the Niners.
So either way.
That was like, yeah, that was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, and that 49ers-Ravens Super Bowl was, 2012? So that's been more than a decade.
Yeah.
Like 12 years, which is crazy. Because I remember watching that Super Bowl like it was yesterday.
And that was when Jim and John played against each other.
Yeah, that's true. And look at Jim Harbaugh now. He's now a coach for the Los Angeles Chargers.
He's now an NFL coach after being with Michigan.
Finally winning.
Finally winning. Sitting at the winner's table.
That concludes this episode's podcast of Slonson. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we wish you the best.